Hey mamas, welcome to day 8 of our fall 2024 Postpartum Fitness Challenge. So we've got an upper body strength workout today. We're gonna be using dumbbells and a mat. So you'll need a set of dumbbells, maybe a couple different weights. I like to use a little heavier for chest, a little lighter for, say, triceps and shoulders. So go ahead and grab those and meet me on the floor. We're gonna begin with a chest press exercise. So we're gonna start over on our backs. Grab your weights in hand, brace your core, bring the weights up over the middle of your chest, and we're gonna alternate bringing one elbow down toward the floor and pressing up back over the mid chest and switch to the other side. So as you drop that elbow down, you want to open up your upper back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then as you rise, exhale, push the dumbbell upward, squeeze your armpit toward the midline. So we're alternating, focusing on isolating the arms so we can build muscle symmetry through the sides of the body. These are 50-second intervals, so we want something that's going to be challenging so that when we get to the end of that 50 seconds, we feel like we really reached our potential with whatever muscle we're working. Rest. Okay, now we're going to keep those weights and we're going to switch to a chest fly. This time we're going to move both arms together. So arms are going to go wide, elbows are going to stay slightly bent. Elbows to the floor and then rise. So as we lower down, open the chest nice and wide, elbows kiss the floor. Exhale as you squeeze the armpits toward the midline. This time, dragging both those dumbbells about shoulder width apart at the top. You may not get all the way to the floor. That's okay. The goal here is to just open wide and keep the elbows soft. The arms aren't locked out, but we want to lead with the elbows rather than the dumbbells because that's going to help open up that chest right here. And then as we squeeze and round the upper back, squeezing through the underarms, that's going to help give us that isolation that the fly does so well. Let's get in a couple more, 10 seconds. Rest. Okay, we're gonna move on now to a push-up variation. So carefully set those dumbbells down. We're going to a narrow to wide push-up. So we're gonna start with a narrow grip. Hands about shoulder width apart. Knees or toes, we'll go narrow. Exhale in that push, and then wide. Step one hand out. Bring that same hand back in. Repeat, narrow. And then wide. Walk out with the other hand this time. Push up. Back to narrow. So we're alternating the hand we walk out with, and every time we lift that hand, you're going to feel unstable, and that's okay. I want you to brace your core, keep your hips square to the floor, and try to shift your body weight forward in that push-up. So your chest is going about elbow height, and then your elbows are wide here in the wide push-up, and then in the narrow push-up, your elbows go to the back of the room. Butt stays down. And you can alternatively come to your knees as well. Those are more challenging exercises, so always okay to modify. Grab one dumbbell. We're gonna go to a kickstand tricep extension. So we're gonna take one leg back. The opposite hand holds the weight. We're gonna take it to the hip and kick back. That means extending the arm. Elbow stays up nice and high. Lead with your pinky finger as you kick the arm back. And then return at the hip. Now we're using this opposite leg, engaging the glute, squaring the hips, and engaging that pelvic core here, pelvic floor and core. This is a great move for isolating each arm. And this other arm that's pushing down in the floor, make sure your wrist is under your shoulder. And you've got a really strong base of support here. Couple more, we're almost there. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do that same thing other side. So we'll just rotate around. Well, you don't have to. I try to rotate so I can face the camera. All right, so opposite leg. And we want that opposite leg extended. That's gonna help us counterbalance. You'll be able to tell if you've got the same side extended because it'll feel really wonky. It's gonna help you find strength and stability. And if you are more comfortable, you can bring the knees under the hips here. But having this leg extended is gonna help you use your glute for balance, help you optimize core function here. Always exhaling on the eccentric phase That's the hard part of every exercise. So you'll be able to tell, although some of these, it feels hard throughout still, right? This, for example, you still feel that tension here. And if you need to, you can always drop the dumbbell, add a little row here to release some of that tension through the exercise. Okay, now we're gonna grab one dumbbell, come to a kneeling position. We want the dumbbell in the hand of the leg that is in front. Lean forward so your elbow is on the inside of your thigh. It's called a concentration curl. You're gonna take that dumbbell up and then down. So just one arm at a time. Curl it up toward your shoulder, toward your chest, and down. So you're extending the arm all the way down, lengthening and letting that dumbbell hang. You're curling it all the way up. You don't quite have to touch your chest, but get it close, about a fist distance in front. And then as you curl up, you can see I'm pushing into my inner thigh as I lift. So that arm is staying connected to the inner thigh, and that's gonna make it a little more challenging for those biceps here. Now, from the side, I'm leaning forward a little bit here. And that's gonna allow me to get a good range of motion while keeping my chest up and abs tight, back nice and straight. Rest. We're gonna repeat that, same thing, other side. So you'll just switch hands, switch legs that are in front. Again, it's the same leg, same hand has a dumbbell. Show you a couple more from the side on this one. Well, that's not gonna help if I show you on that side, is it? Keeping that elbow connected to the inner thigh. Again, lengthen out the arm all the way. You don't have to lock it out, but let it hang. So you're having to get that full range of motion, really challenging the forearms, the biceps. Again, so good. Unilateral training to strengthen and even out the sides of the body. Good work. Okay, we're going to a shoulder raise. So grab your weights and come to your feet. We're gonna do a 6-way shoulder raise. So we're gonna go front, side, overhead, and then back through it. So front, side, over the head, and then back through it. Side, front, and all the way back down to the legs. Deep breath. I do the exhale all the way up. Inhale all the way down. But you can do whatever works for you. I just find that helps me get the weights overhead and use my core really effectively. So nice and controlled. We want to stop the weights, shoulder height right here. And then overhead, they should still be slightly in front. You don't want to make sure you're not leaning back, arching your back, or flaring at the ribs. Keeping that core really engaged here. Woo. It should feel shaky. Remember, we're going for that muscle fatigue. Oh, see how at that last rep, I really kind of was shaking and decelerating? That is what you want to see at the end of the set because it means you're getting to fatigue. Okay, alternating shoulder press. We are not done yet. Take those dumbbells up 90 degrees, elbows up. Push one arm at a time up toward the ceiling. So I want you to try to keep those elbows at 90. Extend from there. Keeping the dumbbells facing each other. If you want to, you can add a little rotation. That is fine too. Gonna get more into those rear delts. I find that this is a little bit easier for core stability. Just helping you make sure your back is nice and straight, core is nice and tight. Oh man, this one is hard. After that 6-way shoulder raise, but it's good. We only got about 10 seconds left. Hang in there. Keep those elbows up. Last one. Had to throw in one extra. Okay, to the floor. We've got a back extension. So come down onto your stomach, untuck your toes, extend your arms overhead. Just the upper body moves. We lift the upper body, pull the elbows back, and then release to the floor. So lift your chest, exhale as you lift, pull the elbows down toward the ribs, thumbs up, palms face in. So even though we're just lifting the chest, I want you to squeeze your lower body. Push your legs down, squeeze your butt, and keep your legs straight. So it's all about improving our functional strength for the back here. improving mobility through the thoracic spine, that upper back. Keep it coming. We're almost done with the workout. Nice. Okay. Carefully come on up. And we made it. That was our 10-minute upper body workout. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you back here for the next workout tomorrow.